It's haul time! Wow, I haven't done one of these videos in quite some time. So, well, let's do it. So this is basically all of the light novels that I have picked up over the last month. And if I'm honest, this is also a lot of light novels that Yen Press have sent me in order to do reviews. Now, obviously, I can't cover everything, so we will talk about a fair few of them here, and you can look at the very shiny background that you don't normally see in these videos there. I mean, you can see this Robin, you can see this Mume, you can see my advent calendar because, yes, Christmas is coming. And this cute Winky Aqua figure. Yeah. Right, let's waffle, let's start looking at some of the titles. So first up we have volume 2 of Playing Deaf Games to Put Food on the Table. Now I read volume 1 it wasn't since a while ago, maybe like June, July time, and I really enjoyed it. Now Yen Press sent me volume 2, and I'm going to be honest, I'm really chuffed that they did, because I haven't been able to find a copy of this anywhere. Now one of the things I do want to kind of mention at the moment is that it's very difficult to get a lot of light novels in the UK at the moment. J Novel Club's stock is just impossible to find. So, for example, I pre-ordered Infinite Dendrogram Volume 20, and that had a release date of like the 8th of October, and I still haven't got it. And when I reached out to the people I bought it from, they were like, oh yeah, it's not coming until like the 1st of January. And I was like, yeah, 2.5 months for stuff to come, if it comes. Huzzah! So yeah, that's why you go digital. But still, Playing Deaf Games to Put Food on the Table Volume 2 has arrived, and I am very much looking forward to checking this one out. It was a very good deaf game series, and it was something a little bit more unique. We'll put it there. We'll put it there at the side. Next up is Volume 2 of Brunhild. Now, I did touch on this one very slightly, but Volume 1 is easily one of the best things I have read this year. And I mean one of the best things I have read this year. Absolutely fantastic. So this is the Dragon Princess. I'm sure the first one was the Dragon Warrior, Dragon Killer. But yeah, I'm at this point I'm probably going to cover Volume 1 and Volume 2 all as one big one. That was kind of the intention, because I think there's 2, maybe 3 volumes as it is, so there wasn't a huge amount. It was also one where it's kind of, there wasn't enough to talk about. It was a very good one. It was a very good series, but visually there wasn't much, and if there isn't much visually, I struggle a little bit more with doing some of those videos. So yeah, don't sleep on this one. Absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to reading more. Next up is one that I covered in a upcoming video back in the beginning of November, and that is In a World of Lies, I Fell Into an Unforgettable Love. This one looks absolutely heart-wrenching. Even after the credits roll, life goes on. If I remember rightly, this is about a young guy who kind of like, he's kind of give up on life and joins the film club and falls in love with this girl, and then this girl disappears, and if I remember rightly, she's got something wrong with her and they fall madly in love kind of thing. It's going to be one of those ones that absolutely destroys you emotionally. I can't wait for it to destroy me emotionally too. Next up is another one that I really struggled to get, and I actually did order it, and then this came in the post from Yen Press. So again, thank you Yen Press. That is Volume 2 of Blade and Bastards. I read Volume 1 a while ago, and when I say a while ago, I was like the beginning of the year, and I do actually have the script for that still to go. I kind of felt though, I was like, I'm going to wait until the second one comes out, and that came in like in August. Couldn't get it. I eventually ordered it, and then this came through the door with a few other things, so I just went and cancelled it. So yeah, I'm going to try and prioritise this. There is something else that is in this pile that I kind of need to go as a little bit of a priority, including World Full of Lies. But yeah, expect this before the end of the year, assuming I get enough time. Very much looking forward to doing this. It's about wizardry, very dark series, made by the ones who did Goblin Slayer, with illustrations by the guy who, well, the artist of Overlord and a lot of Hololive stuff. Yes, they are a fan of Hololive. Next up, I'm going to be honest, nearly everything here is all killer, no filler. And we've got volume 2 and 3 of The Kept Man of the Princess Knight. Now, I actually do have volume 2 and I've read volume 2, and it is a fantastic read. This is easily one of the best light novels of this year. I'm looking forward to volume 3. I think I'll try and get the video done after volume 3. Oh, what's going on here? He's got a collar around it about it. Oh, look. They form one big picture. Bet you didn't know that. So I actually do have this, so if you are in the UK, reach out to me and I'll try and get this sent to you for a volume 2 as a giveaway. I didn't want to kind of announce it because at the end of the day it costs a lot to ship to America, and it's a volume 2. So yeah, if you've read volume 1 and want to check out volume 2, let me know and I'll try and get this sent down to you. Next up, we have volume 2 and volume 3 of the Unimplemented Overlords, another one that I really enjoyed. I give a little bit unsure what was happening with this. Originally, I thought this was just 3 volumes. However, I'm kind of getting the inclination that this is actually a little bit longer. So I thought it was 3 volumes done. It kind of got that from the back of it. Teamwork makes the dream work. But I think there's still more. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading more. It was a very underrated title. So if you want a decent enough isekai with a few protagonists, I think there's about 3 protagonists if I remember rightly. Yeah, try this one out. It is a very fun and over the top title. I've got full videos on some of these, go check them out. Next up, we have volumes 1, 2 and 3 of Demon Lord 2099. Now, I actually did cover 2099 volume 1 a while ago, and I can't remember if I actually read volume 2. I don't think I did. I don't remember some of these character designs. Definitely didn't read volume 3. But this is getting anime at the moment, and honestly, it's a very good one. This is about a demon lord who basically ends up getting reborn. He kind of goes into hibernation and gets reborn in kind of 2099, which is cyberpunk Tokyo, which we don't see a lot of. It's like, I love light novels, but man, there's so many times I kind of like, oh, you know what, you don't see that. You don't see cyberpunk very often in light novels, even though you see it a lot in anime. You don't see death games a lot in light novels, even though you see it a lot in anime and manga. Yeah, it's a really good series. I really enjoyed volume 1. I'm looking forward to checking out volume 2 and 3. Again, let me know in the comments. This is a volume 1, so I will send you this if you live in the UK and want to check it out. So those are the things that Yen Press has sent me. Actually, I'm saying that there is one more, and it's one that I'm reading at the moment. It is Festival of Heresies. This is a good series, but it's giving me nightmares. It's going to be a difficult one to talk about. I probably will have to do it as kind of a more a roundup review. So this is about a young girl who doesn't have anything going for her. She's quite depressed, but she can see ghosts, and then she gets taken in by a cult. Yeah, and yeah, it's a few different points of views of different characters. So you have this girl who meets the cult leader and falls for the cult. We have her brother who's trying to save her and ends up kind of doing cult things. We have like these like an occult office where they're trying to kind of save her and end up meeting cult leaders and stuff like that. It's very bizarre, and if I'm perfectly honest, this one actually gave me a few nightmares. There's a scene where like one of the characters is like in a room, then they're having to live in this room, and all around them is just frogs, obviously in glass cases. And the frogs are constantly going, and I had a nightmare about being trapped in a room with frogs, which was supposed to be, I think, the intention. But yeah, a very creepy one, a very good one. I'm absolutely adoring my time with it. One of the things that Yen Press kind of had this in their Boy Love tweet a few days ago, but I've not seen anything like Boy Love in there yet, so I don't know if that was kind of like a mistweet or something like that. But yeah, at the moment there's nothing in there of the sort, so I mean, there might be later on, but yeah, I can't promise it if I don't know it's there, can I? So that is the stuff that Yen Press have sent me. Thank you to Yen Press for always being supportive of the channel. But we do have a few other things, because I thought we'll talk about the stuff that I've already done. Hello, you can see me in the corner there. Hi. And that is volume 13 of Bofuri. Like I have mentioned, I'm a little bit behind on some of these series because it's just taken that long to come out. I know volume 14's out, but I thought I'd get 13, wait for 14. It's Elizabeth Blood Flame. It's not, I can't remember what it's called. Bofuri, absolutely ridiculously fun series. Over the top. Like a cute girl doing cute, overpowered things where she puts all of her stats into defense and then just becomes overpowered and breaks the game. I've talked about this one so many times, but it's always a joy to see. I don't think I've ever done a full-on video on it, so I think that's something I will try and get done in the new year. I'm assuming season 3 is coming, so yeah. Next up is a one I've not read it. It's not by Yen Press, so yeah, that's why I had it separated. Not by Yen Press, it's by Seven Seas, but hey, it's a light novel and is Too Many Losing Heroines. This is a big one. Honestly, I thought Yen Press had it, and I just hadn't seen it. But it turns out Seven Seas had it, and I'm going to be honest, I don't see many Seven Seas light novels except for Wish I Got Tensei and Classroom of the Elite. But yes, this is a popular series. It had an anime season or two ago and was immensely popular. It came out of left field for me. I hadn't heard anything about it until the anime came out. It got insanely popular and I'm now playing catch up, which is usually the opposite. Usually I'm talking about series years before they release. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'm going to try and get soon because it's winning a lot of awards. But Seven Seas seem to be taking a while to get it out. I think volume 2 is out, but 3 is out in February, and then after that volume 4 is not out till like May or June. So yeah, it's one of those ones where it seems to be taking a long time to get volumes out, but that's just kind of Seven Seas in general. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out. I expect a full big on review for this one in the near future. And for the last light novel, I also picked up Volume 3 and Volume 4. Volume 4 is in the post, it just hasn't turned up. It'll probably turn up when I'm recording this. Of Apparently Disillusioned Adventurers Will Save the World. Now, I want to start doing a few videos where I go back and talk about some light novels that I read a few years ago, then kind of, I wouldn't say dropped, but kind of rested for a while and then went back. And that's this is one of them because this is absolutely fantastic. This is one of the best fantasy light novels I've read. Now, this is very similar to Konosuba, in which the characters are a little bit over the top, a little bit more wacky hijinks, but each of these guys has a issue. So we've got him who's kind of like, he was betrayed by his girlfriend and was accused of fiddling the party's money. We've got her who's a glutton, she lost her valuable treasure. We've got this mage girl who she was accused of fraud and lost being a noble. And we've got this priest guy who was accused of sexually harassing a child, was excommunicated from priesthood and then kind of tortured and put in prison for a long time, and they can't trust each other or anybody, and they come and form a party and start mending and healing and becoming better people because of it. It's a fantastic read, and it's actually got character development without being creepy about it. Yeah, I mean, his stuff, I mean, he's falsely accused of it, so it's kind of, there's nothing really creepy, but he has a phobia of young children now. He's got a phobia of kind of, he always over-explains things, so he's kind of, that's his problem. She can't trust anybody because she was left for dead. It's got a lot of flawed protagonists. They put everything into their kind of like addiction. So we've got like a girl who's like, she's addicted to gambling, he's addicted to alcohol and prostitutes, she's addicted to food, and he is addicted to idols. Can't think of anybody who would be addicted to idols. But yeah, this is a fantastic one. It really needs to be on more people's shelves. More people should be reading it. It's one of the best ongoing series out there. I look forward to volume 4. 15 minutes or so, and we've talked about a lot of light novels. I hope you've found some new things, but we'll also talk about manga, because I used to do manga hauls. I got Laid Back Camp Volume 15. If I'm going to buy a manga, it's going to be Laid Back Camp or Yotsuba. Again, harder to find Yen Press stuff. I'm not buying many manga. It's like this, Yotsuba, no matter how much I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. And Dragon Maid, which I'm a few volumes behind, so I've stopped buying them. So yeah, manga. Remember when I was a manga channel? Ah, good times.